and welcome back. This is ballerscuba with more bonus episodes of Let's Play Final Fantasy X. I'm joined as always by my souped up squad of Tidus, Riku, Kumari, Orin, Yuna, Waka, and Lulu. I did max out sphere levels, but I don't want you guys thinking that I've gone too far. I might have, but not as far as you may think. I did not go all the way through the sphere grid. I just wanted to max out sphere levels so that I would have it handy for less grinding later. I have done a significant amount of grinding nonetheless, so let's head into the sphere grid and see what I've done. I'll try to make this quick, but it's kind of difficult because there's a lot of stuff to go over because I've done a lot of stuff. Basically, I have it as zoomed out as I can make it because that makes things easier for me. I moved Tidus all the way through Orin's part of the sphere grid, all the way through Waka's part of the sphere grid, a little bit of the way through Kumari's part of the sphere grid. And now we are going backwards through Yuna's part of the sphere grid. Remember that we did some work with Yuna. I actually moved him all the way through Yuna's part of the sphere grid. He did a little bit of work in Riku's as well before we got into Kumari's part. So we're going to go backwards through Yuna's part of the sphere grid, and then we'll see what I want to do after that. There's going to be a point where I just link everybody up and try to do something with that. Ooh, that is nice. Unfortunately, I don't have level 4 key spheres anymore. Well, not a significant quantity. So I'm going to have to do some work to try to get those. And that's something that I'm going to be doing pretty shortly. In terms of stats, which is probably the most important thing, his strength is 147. That's pretty damn high. That is higher than I believe Waka's was when we last left him off. Tidus is pretty damn strong. He's also very quick with the agility. He also has a little bit higher magic than I really need on a physical attacker because of his time in Yuna's part of the sphere grid, trying to get cures and stuff like that. But I have other people for that now. But HP maxed. MP almost maxed. Luck I need work on because I need to get fortune spheres. I haven't done that kind of grinding yet, but we might open that up pretty soon. His evasion and accuracy are pretty damn nice as well. We could go through the rest of it, but it's nothing that you wouldn't really expect on him based on where I have been. I do have Pilfer Gil on him. We'll see if I actually use that too much. There are better ways to get money than Pilfer Gil. But it did get holy, right? Thanks to the second half of Yuna's part of the sphere grid. So maybe we'll cast that? No, we'll do it on somebody else. In terms of black magic, though, there is going to be one thing that is a bit of a surprise. He does have Ultima. We got that in Kumari's part of the sphere grid, which is here. I unlocked it, so anytime somebody passed through, I gave them Ultima. It doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to use it with him. We will see it, but I'll have somebody that, you know, does more damage with it using it instead of him. So that's Tidus. We will continue level grinding moving forward, but I'm trying not to get too over-leveled. That's kind of where I am right now, and there's a significant possibility that I've already gone too far. But I'm hoping for the best. I am doing something that I have not done too often in the past, so I'm not entirely sure where I need to be, but I'm pretty sure I'm good enough. All right, let's take a look at Riku. Riku, unfortunately, probably still needs some more work, but I felt like I couldn't move her too much further forward than where other people were. The problem is that she doesn't have a good sphere grid on her own. I mean, it gets her more agility, but ultimately it's not that great. The stat gains in there, the abilities in there, they're not that great ultimately. So we moved her all the way through her own sphere grid. Then I moved her backwards through Lulu's part of the sphere grid, took care of everything in Kumari's part of the sphere grid, and then moved her through Waka's part of the sphere grid. And as a result of her going basically through 3 people's sphere grids, if you count Kumari and Lulu like the half together as one, I felt like 3 people was enough for her. But ultimately her stats aren't where everybody else's are. Keep in mind that she doesn't have a good one of her own, right? Her own sphere grid is not that great. So her stats are a little bit behind. She does only have 94 strength, but hey, 94 strength on Riku. That means I can actually use her in a fight. That's always nice. because I have not been doing that to this point. I've been bringing her in to either steal or use and then kicking her out. But now I can actually attack with her, which is always nice. We can try to build up the overdrive on her that way. Her agility is still pretty damn good at 98. It's not up to where Titus's is, but Titus has done more work. I feel like we will move Riku further along in time. Defense, still a little low. Magic's not bad. Magic defense still low. Luck, terrible. Evasion and accuracy still need some work. We will move her forward through Auron's part of the sphere grid, and then hopefully she will be able to do even more attack, and she'll be on par with some of my physical attacking guys. Next up, we have Kimahri. Oh, I should probably look at what she's got. Honestly, moving her forward through Wakka's part of the sphere grid makes a lot of sense to me because he's kind of a debuff guy, and she's good at that. We don't have full break yet. I'm still waiting on level 4 key spheres. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to kind of stop here and try to get the level 4 key spheres so that I can open that up for me later. As you can see, she's got a ton of, I believe these are called specials. She's got a ton of those, including Pilfergill and Bribe. We will need Bribe for grinding purposes later. But right now I haven't needed to use it. There's been other ways for me. She can also scan, even though that's not necessarily all that important, plus Ultima. But she's not really my magic caster. She's still kind of a jack of all trades, which means that I don't have a particular use for her right now, especially since other people can steal. Her overdrive is phenomenal, but it does use items, and I've never been that big of a fan of those, especially when I need them for other things in this game. Kimahri's up next. Kimahri has done quite a bit of work. He did finally catch up to Lulu in one aspect. He got all of the magic that was available on her part of the sphere grid. He even outdid her a little bit because I had the key spheres available. I went ahead and unlocked double cast, which he got. He was the first person to get it. I don't believe he's the only person to have it right now, though. But he was the first person to get double cast. He does also have Ultima. We unlocked that for him. So basically what I did was I moved him all the way through Lulu's part of the sphere grid and then all the way through Yuna's part of the sphere grid so that he is right here. Him and Lulu are at the same spot where they can both use Holy now. So he's pretty good. Let's take a look at his magic stat. It should be the highest one that we have seen to date. It is at 110. Not bad, Kimahri. You might actually be useful in battle. Oh, if I can bring you and use Nova. Oh, that's nice. His strength also isn't that bad. He is kind of a battle mage type character, so giving him strength is not that bad of an idea, although it's not something that I have done. His defense is pretty damn good. His magic defense is also really high, considering what we have seen before. His agility is not bad. He's pretty damn fast. His luck is terrible. His evasion is also really nice. Lulu likes giving away that evasion on her part of the sphere grid. And his accuracy leaves a lot to be desired. But we're not using him for that, so that's all right. He's got a few things from Wakka's part of the sphere grid because we spent a little bit of time there trying to get back to better positions for him. But yeah, I didn't spend a significant amount of time there. He does have double cast. Really nice. We'll be using that, I am sure, if I bring Kimahri in. Remember, he doesn't have the magic booster, though, so it's kind of a hit or miss as to whether or not that's going to be better in the long run. In terms of the white magic, he's got a ton of it, right? He's got most of everything that's available. There are a couple other things that were available in Titus's part of the sphere grid that's considered white magic, but for the most part, he has all of the white magic, especially the stuff that I'm going to be using, so that's nice. In terms of black magic, he's also pretty much got everything. He's missing a couple things. I believe Wakka's sphere grid has Osmos, and is there another one at the end? I have to think about that one. But he's pretty much got the full set. He's at least got Flare and Ultimo, which are the biggest ones, and the level 3 elemental spells, which are also the big ones, plus Bio. But honestly, at this point, I might not need to use Bio anymore. Next up, we have Auron. Auron is all the way through Tidus is part of the sphere grid, so he got himself quick hit. That will be useful on him, although his agility is not as bad as it used to be. I have pretty much finished this, and that was pretty much it. He was pretty much where I wanted him to be. He has finished up a lot of the sphere grid. He did a lot of work with Wakka's part of the sphere grid and his own and Tidus's, and I think that was more or less it. Whose is this? Provoke? Yeah, this is part of Tidus's. This is just the beginning of it. So he's pretty good. He did not get Ultima. He was there a little bit before I unlocked it, when I was still giving away all these strength points in the middle here. But he's still pretty damn nice. How nice? Let's take a look at his stats. He's maxed out on HP, as I'm sure you might imagine. His MP, not nearly as important. He's got 160 strength, which is the highest that we have seen. So he's my big hitter still. Maybe. But he's got pretty good agility. That 78 agility is nothing to laugh at. His defense is really nice at 84. His magic and magic defense are pretty damn terrible. We might have to give him shell quite often. His evasion and accuracy are also pretty damn good, considering this is Auron that we're talking about. But ultimately, I do want to get those a little bit higher in time. But the accuracy, I don't know how much more of those we have to go. I already went through Tidus and Wakka's, so probably just Riku's, which isn't too far away here. Yeah, he's pretty close to that. We might take him through there, try to get a little bit more accuracy, but his 53 is not bad. Not bad at all. Oh, let's see what else he's got. He's got all the stuff. He's got so many things. There's still more for me to do. Full break would be really nice, but I need level 4 key spheres to unlock it, so I'm going to try to get those pretty soon. That's kind of my next project, is to try to get the key spheres that I need, especially level 4. There's a lot of level 4s available that I need to deal with. Level 3s I'm pretty good on, thanks to Omega Weapon. Level 4s I still need some work. Here's all the stuff that we got from Tidus on the white magic, and there's what we got from Wakka on the black magic. So that's all.